Hi, I am Ranganath. I'm the product manager at MarvelSoft. In this video, we are going to discuss about few key points and tips and tricks in how to configure SchoolAdmin Community Edition. So generally, our customers will come up with queries regarding the configuration of the software and customization of the reports. In this video, we discuss five key such customer escalations so that when you face a similar situation, so you will get to know how you can configure the software such a way that you are able to configure the software in such a way that you will not you will be able to get the exactly the same output as you want. So we'll start with the very first one. TC issue date shows current date instead of actual issue date. So this was the concern raised by the customer. TC issue date shows current date instead of the actual issue date. So what happens when we issue the TC? We just to show that, let's find out is there any student to whom we have issued the TC. So in this demo data in students reports, I have clicked on TC issued students report and I'll click on review. So I have set the TC details for one student in 9th standard A section, Kavya. Let's go to students. If you want to find any students to whom you have issued the TC, only select the class, don't select section. Then it will show all the students, including the TC issued students, and then select TC tab, and then click on find. And so here we can find Kavya, and then we can edit that particular student record. And in the student history you can see that if for any student, if you have issued the TC, has furnished certificate, has student transferred, these two check marks will be set. And in the TC details you can see that promotion date, TC application date, TC issued date. TC is issued on 03/04/2025. So now once this information is set, now we go and generate the TC report in student reports, transfer certificate. If I select the same student and generate the TC certificate, you can see here date of issue of transfer certificate, it shows today's date. So what it means is when we issue the TC for the very first time, the TC issued date what was set in the student information, on the same date we print the TC and we give it to the parent or the students. It means that the TC issue date is on the very first time when we issue, so it is on the same date and the printout is also taken on the same date. So that way it becomes a original certificate, original TC transfer certificate. But at any later point, if the TC is taken, it will print the date on which the TC is taken. So that is why it prints the date on which the TC transfer certificate has been printed. So this way logically this makes sense. So you always ensure if you are giving a TC for the very first time, print it on the same date as the TC issue date which is set in the student information, and any later date it would be considered as a duplicate TC. So that way, so this requirement exactly matches what is expected out of it. And second issue is, the second thing the customer would like to do is they want to enter the DISE code in the transfer certificate. So now right now we are seeing the transfer certificate, so there is no DISE code that is printed here. If you want to enter the DISE code, you can directly edit the uh, transfer certificate ODT file. For editing any ODT file, you need to have OpenOffice already installed in your system. So you can download it from the internet and you can install it on your system. So once that is installed, you go to the school admin reports. You search in the school admin in the start menu. So you can see that there is a school admin reports folder. You can go there and search for student transfer certificate. student bona fide certificate, admission form. Let's find student transfer certificate. Copy this. You should never edit the transfer certificate directly within the installation folder. You need to move that to a different location. So what I will do is say OpenOffice. I have a direct access link here. I have one another folder here, camera roll. Just copy the transfer certificate and I will edit it. See, now we directly have the transfer certificate opened here. I think this is a student TC certificate. Okay, let's see. It's a totally different format. I want to find the one which is used in the software. See, the our TC should appear like this. There are few fonts which are in red color. Let's find out which is that particular certificate. If you edit the proper and right template file, then only it will appear in the software. If you edit the one which is not at all used for that particular report, it won't be visible when you generate the transfer certificate or any certificate for that matter. I'm just trying to look for transfer certificate, student TC. And we can also check if there is any extra configuration that is done. You can just go to class. We are generating for 9th standard. Category is not set, so it is supposed to pick and search for TC star. Student TC certificate ODT. Okay, so also most importantly, we should know where the software is installed. So I'll go to services, I'll open the services, and we should know we are editing the report in the right location. If you are editing in a totally different location from where the school admin software is installed, then it won't even reflect. So we are looking at SACE E drive SA install school admin Tomcat bin folder. Okay, so let's check, are we in the same location? OpenOffice SACE school admin Tomcat web apps school admin scripts OpenOffice. So now we have to look for student study certificate, student transfer certificate. Insert this. Go back here. Transfer certificate. Click on export to OpenOffice. See higher TC report. You can see here the report name is higher TC report.odt. Let's go to that location again. So we were selecting the wrong TC certificate. See, now the one which we have to edit is higher TC report. Higher TC report. Let's copy it. Copy it to a different location. How did we find out? We went to the software and we exported the report as OpenOffice file. So that is where we were able to find out the name of the report, higher TC report.odt. So now let's edit it, and here there is no dice code variable that is available. In any case, if you want to have a value which is fixed and it will not change for any student, it is common for everybody and for the entire school, you can directly enter that number. What is dice code? Every school will be given a unique identification number by educational board in the respective states, so that will be used to identify the school in a particular district, taluk, something like that. So unified district information system for education. Okay, so typically it will be 11 digit number. So we'll just take, since it is for a demo, so we can take a random number which is 11 digit wide, and we can just make the changes. So I just simply put XX, not to put any particular school dice number. So you can replace it with the actual dice number for your school. Make it bold if you want, change the color as well if you want. Save it. Once you save, so we have modified this in a totally different folder. Okay, so we have modified it here in this particular path, this PC picture camera roll, and I will copy that back to OpenOffice folder in the school admin reports folder. So how do we go to reports folder? You can go here, search school admin, and click school admin reports folder, and then directly copy paste here. If we have done everything properly, now this time when we generate the TC report, we should see the dice number in the TC as well. See here in the final report what we have generated, you can see that the dice no code is directly visible. So this is how you can modify the reports, and you should know the exact file name which you are modifying. Otherwise, as you see, I also struggle to find out the actual file. Till you get the actual file and you are sure, then only you copy that to a totally different location, as we did here. We copied to a totally different folder and then we made the changes. You should not change the file name. You should exactly maintain the file name, make any modification that is necessary in the template the way we have made. Earlier we had selected a totally different template, so we'll just close it. So we made the change in the template here, and once the change is done, so we went back, copied the higher TC report back to the OpenOffice backup folder. So once that is done, you can just directly go ahead and generate the TC report, and you can see that the dice code of the school is visible. Okay, so we'll just move on to the next one. No fields available to enter dice code. If field is not there, you can directly go ahead and modify individual report template file so that it directly appears. If it is for individual students also, you can do like that. But if it varies from student to students, in such cases, you have to wait till we release a next patch or a next release where such requirements which are common for everyone will be addressed. Script changes not reflecting in fee PDF. So it is similar. Okay, so whenever we modify any reports, we have to maintain the report name, and also we have to edit the right report so that those changes will be directly visible. So let's say we go to the reports folder again. You know how we come to the reports folder. We go to start and we directly type school admin, and so you will get the school admin reports folder, and then you directly go to the reports folder and sort by name. So we want to modify student fee receipt, student payment receipt. This is the receipt. I have copied this to a camera roll, and So let's open this student payment receipt. So how it looks, let's check that. Open, open read only, since we are directly opening from that location. You can see that. So this is the format in which our fee receipt is located. Let's add something here. I have already made that change. I'll go to the location, camera roll. See, I have retained the same file name and I copied it to the different location. I'll open it. What I have done is I have added another line in the bottom, which is anyway required for the next requirement that we are going to talk about. What it says is last date of paying last date for paying admission fees is 30/05/2025. So today is 4th of May. So before 30/05, the school is asking parents to pay the fees. Okay, so you can say paying admission fees, or you can generally say the last date for paying first term fees, first term fees before the midterm or first term. So they have to pay all the fees. So that is what we are trying to say here. Or even you can say that before July 30th, they have to pay the entire fees for the first term. So once we do this, what we have to do is let's close the original template, fee template. Let's close the fee TC template. Now we have the modified student payment receipt template. So it is there in our modification location. So I'll just copy the payment receipt back to OpenOffice, which is our reports folder, and I'll replace the original file. Now let's go and generate the receipt and see the what was the problem the customer was facing. The script changes not reflecting in fees PDF. Let's see if whatever the change we have made the changes in the fee receipt, and we added the last date or due date for paying first term fees. One line we added. Let's see if that appears in the fee receipts. Now let's go to admin master fee payment. This is the place from where we will collect the fees. So 9th standard A section. I'm going to select one student and annual fees. So admission fees is 4,500. Let's pay 4,000. And I'll click on pay fees. 4,000 is paid. Let's print the receipt. If everything is proper, you can see that whatever the changes that we have done is visible. So it is showing that admission fees is 4,500, and the parent has paid 4,000, balance is 500, and it is also says that last date for paying first term fees is 30/07/2025. Ignore if already paid. And also on the right hand side you can see that 500 balance it is showing, it is already reflected. So this way, if you are modifying, so ensure that when you modify any report, you do not change the file name. See, we modified higher TC report .odt, student payment receipt .odt, and also ensure that there are 3-4 different variants of the same uh, report templates. Ensure that you modify the one which the SchoolAdminCE server is using. So we made the changes here, and again we went back to the reports folder where the SchoolAdminCE is installed, and we replaced it. The moment we replaced and when we collected the fees, you can see that that information, whatever the additional information we added, it is directly available here. Now we'll go back. Let's the next is due date is missing in the fee receipt. So generally we don't have a direct option for entering the due date. You can directly open the fee receipts. make the changes and add the due date. Once the first term is over, when you are collecting the fees for the second term, open that particular receipt template. It's a common template used for all sorts of fees that we are going to collect in the school. So you can always open student payment receipts. You can add any information in the fee receipt that you want the all the parents in, from starting from pre-nursery to plus 2, all the parents. You can display any information that you would like to show in terms of the any fees balance, which is a very generic message, regardless of how much the fees the each and every parent is paying. Once you make this change in a separate folder, like we discussed, we made it, copied the original student payment receipt to a totally different folder. We made the changes and we replaced it directly back to the software folder in OpenOffice. And after making the changes, you can see that we are able to display the last date information in the fee receipt. So this is exactly what customer wanted. See, there is no standard way of saying where that information has to happen. Whether is it a nice thing to provide an option where we we have a particular field where this information is entered. Yes, that is very likely everybody would like to have, but in some cases there are many such things which we would like to have for whatsoever reason that the option will not be available, is not available right now. But as long as there is an alternate method where you can put that information, add that information, so then that flexibility if the software provides, so you just need to know how to do that. So that you will only get to know when you ask such a question to us, and we will be in a much better position to tell you if there is any such option already available in the software. We point you in the right direction, otherwise we will tell you alternate way whether it can be achieved. So this is how you can put the due date in the fee receipt. And also